Countrymen, fellow citizens of the Republic, believe me when I say I am as saddened by the death of Julius Caesar as you are. I, along with all of his close friends, mourn his death and wish there was another way. Caesar was as great a friend as he was a person. His love of his family and his friends were that of extraordinary passion.
Huzzah, Brutus, huzzah!
His stoicism and wisdom were that of legend. But with all these heroic traits, how can this man not seek to be bigger than the Republic itself? He, along with everyone else in this Republic, could see where his mind was going. Let me tell you now, friends, no man is greater than Rome itself. If any of my fellow countrymen think this claim to be false, please voice your opinion now.
Nay, Brutus, nay.
No man is greater than the Republic.
Then the death of Caesar is justified. The glory of our Republic shall not be tarnished by a tyrant. Even though the tyrant we call Caesar was one of the greatest friends I knew, I personally will not and have not allowed anything or anyone to be above our great empire. Yes, as of the moment we are without a leader. But fear not, my friends, for the disease has been removed. I will gladly be slain by the same dagger if I fall onto the same curse as my friend Caesar. And I expect any of my friends and countrymen to do the same. Now, to honor the man that was Julius Caesar, my friend Antony, he is here to give his remarks. Please be patient for Antony, deserve the same attention you gave to me.
My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. The death of Caesar is heartbreaking to us all, but what's done is done. We cannot bring back that noble man from the dead. Beforehand, Brutus, who is an honorable and noble man, implied that the good qualities of a man go to the grave with him, and the evil is left to be engraved in our minds. Hear me when I say Caesar was the greatest man that ever lived. The honorable Brutus cannot deny this claim, and neither can any of you. For Caesar's name, just yesterday, could have stood against the world. How can Caesar seek to be something greater than the Republic when I offered him the crown not once, but thrice? Yet Brutus claims he wanted to tyrannize our beloved Rome, and Brutus is an honorable man.
Methinks to reconsider Brutus's words.
Hear my words, Gentile Romans. I am not here to scrutinize or repeal anything Brutus has said, for such a noble man deserves the respect. I'm here to speak the truth on a subject I myself bear witness to. It saddens me that on the eve of his death you were cheering his name, but now you scorn it. If only you knew how much Caesar loved all of you, you would have begun to realize the truth behind the actual matter. Caesar sought to be the greatest man that ever lived, not for himself, but for this republic. And all he would have wished was for you to do the same. Now, let us relish the life of Caesar, not through his death, but through his eternal glory.
My fellow countrymen and Romans, listen closely, for my heart is hardened, bearing the news of the death of my good friend, Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was an honorable man. He loved his fellow Romans. He cared for the poor, he cried with the mournful, and he listened to the requests of all of his constituents. He was a valiant leader and I honor his devotion to his people. But with great honor comes great responsibility. A responsibility to embrace the power, but not be overtaken by the power. Honorable but weak, Caesar allowed the power to turn to ambition, and his pride weakened the empire.
You speak the truth, Brutus.
Patience. Our great leader placed himself above his people as he grew hungry for power. Thus I, a proud Roman, an honorable man, eliminated the weakness from our ranks for the people and the lasting effect of our empire. The empire deserves the best, and she shall get the best. If I offended anyone in my words today, and they who think differently, speak now.
Nay, Brutus, nay.
Since none oppose my actions, the empire is justified. I mourn the death of my friend, but praise the progress of the Roman people. We now stand strong as one, under humble leadership, conscious of how to lead and how to keep the power with the Roman people. I have done nothing that my fellow Romans shall not do to me, the honorable Brutus. The presence of death drives his country to power and strong leadership. Here comes my friend Antony now to commemorate my friend Caesar and honor his death. Stay steadfast, and Antony is also mourning the loss of one of my dear friends, Julius Caesar.
We will, honorable Brutus.
Friends and fellow Romans, lend me your ears in praise of the life of Julius Caesar. The tragedy of the death of my dear friend is still fresh in my mind, and I'm here to honor his death, not condemn the honorable Brutus. Although the honorable Brutus recognizes the nobility of Caesar's character, he describes Caesar's acts as weak and tyrannous. Again, I'm not questioning the authority of the honorable Brutus, but I am puzzled by his remarks based on the actions of Julius Caesar throughout his reign of our great empire. I offered Caesar the throne of empire, for he seemed loved by his people. The man described by Brutus would have accepted said title at all costs. Again, Brutus is an honorable man, but Caesar not only denied me once and twice, for he denied me 3 times. I might be confused of the term tyrannous, but Caesar seeked the interest of his people and refused to allow the power to get into his head.
Brutus is a liar.
I have said no such things, as Brutus is an honorable man, mourning the death of a fellow Roman, but the future of the empire is still at stake. I want the Republic of Rome to hear the truth. I cringe at the thought that Caesar's fellow constituents didn't even know their great leader, as they were swayed on their perception of his character in such short time. I am lucky to say I witnessed Caesar's greatness. As Brutus stated, Caesar cared for every individual beneath him. In fact, he placed the people selflessly above himself. No matter how honorable Brutus is, neither I nor Brutus are able to say such a thing about ourselves. Caesar was stole from us in this world, but his legacy lives on. Let us, fellow Romans, learn from our great leader Julius Caesar and honor the example he set before us.